Hello, this is Katie. Welcome back to my channel. For Freestyle Friday, I'm going to be putting together 2 Halloween cards with Pretty Pink Posh Halloween Friends and Spooky Village from Fawn. I'm going to be using images that I have already colored and die cut out, but that I just hadn't made a card from yet. And I'm going to be using these 2 paper pads, Spooky Boo from American Crafts, and I think Spooktacular from Bella Boulevard. And these 2 dies, the Carnival and the Graveyard Scene from Cat Scrappiness. So I've cut those out of just black to kind of be like a silhouette in the background. And I really like how they turn out. And then I have 2 backgrounds, and then I have 2 smaller pieces to kind of be like the night sky. So whenever I don't feel like ink blending, which is unfortunately a lot of the time, it's just messy and involved, and it's not my favorite thing to do. I like the way it looks, but I just don't do it a whole lot. I try and find a paper that can act like a sky. So there's a lot of like Lawn Fawn backgrounds, like their watercolor paper that looks like watercolor, or many other patterned papers from Lawn Fawn are really good for like skies, especially if they're blue. And so I tend to use those as a sky whenever I don't want to blend a sky. But this one's kind of like a night sky, so I picked bats in the background for both of them. So I'm just going to stick those down in the middle of our wacky, colorful card bases. I just wanted those to peek out a little bit in the background. And then we will stick down the carnival silhouette. So the Pretty Pink Posh Friends are going to kind of be at like a Halloween spooky carnival at night with the bats in the sky. Super spooky. This die is very detailed. It cuts pretty well, and I didn't really have to clean it up. I can just poke out all of the pieces. I run it through my Spellbinders Platinum, like the larger die cutting machine. I always run my dies forward and then backward, so they go through twice. I found that helps with any dies that are stingy. So this one worked pretty well. Since it's smaller on the smaller piece of the bat cardstock, I cut off a little bit of the left like ticket booth, but that's okay. And I'm just scraping out excess glue. So now we have our carnival background. I just wanted to show you how cool those bats look in the background. And then I'm going to stick down our graveyard background scene die, which is really cool. I hope to use this a lot more before Halloween. And then we've got the base for our Spooky Village for Lawn Fawn. I only use 2 of the houses and some of the stars and the trees and the trick-or-treaters and the set of the gravestones, and I'll save the rest for another card. So first we will start with the Pretty Pink Posh Halloween Friends. I think it's Halloween Friends. Halloween Pals? I can't remember. I'm just going to use 2 on the front, otherwise it was going to be very, very crowded and cover up the entire carnival background, which defeats the purpose of putting it on there. So I end up, which I've been doing sometimes, putting the little raccoon, I'm pretty sure that's what that is because they look like little bandits. That's the point. That's why he's a robber. I put him on the inside of the card, so he can still be included. He's just on the inside. And then I don't have to just have him as a single piece in with my stamp set that I'll never use. So I might as well use him now. And then I'm going to make the spider dangling from the moon, because why not? And to even out the spider, I end up putting the bat on the other side. I was going to put the bat inside with the raccoon, but he worked out on the front. And I put the little pumpkin pail with the bear because it looks like he should be holding something. And then just a piece of candy corn on the ground, I guess. So he will go in the bottom right corner. and I was going to put the bat with him, but then I figured he looked better on the front off to the left to kind of balance out the spider. And this card actually isn't going to have a sentiment. Sometimes when I do a whole scene or something and it just looks good the way it is, I can always put a sentiment inside. I don't stamp one in this video. My white gel pen was misbehaving. I end up having to kind of shake it and get it going on my piece of paper in front of me. Then it started behaving a little better. The Jelly Roll number 10, I've been reaching for probably for several months now over the 8, just because the 8 wasn't enough of a white accent. It was pretty thin, and my images are about this big, average size, and I wanted to make sure that they showed. And so I have a bunch of 8s because I used to do card classes, but I need to get some more 10s. Clearly this one is running out of ink. But one of my local craft stores has plenty of them, so I can go get those. So again, with all the houses, I don't want to cover up that background with all of the gravestones. I want something peeking through. So I end up just going with this house and another house, and then I put the kids and the little lawn fawn gravestones in between, like they're walking from one house to the other. And I switch over to that brick red house because there's not really enough room for the 3 house one. But also because the one on the right is kind of tall and I want to balance out the left with the taller house. So I'm going to use the brick red colored one. And then that balances out a little bit. And then you can still see that gravestone background. I'm going to put the tree off to the left. And then in between will just be the kids and the little lawn fawn gravestones. And little pumpkin will be on somebody's porch. And then we have a handful of stars to put down. And a ghost. The tool that I use was gifted to me by a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that I signed up under. I thought it was okay at first, but I don't really like it. I think I just need a better picker tool, obviously. I know that a lot of people sell them. I'm wondering if you guys have like a favorite jewel picker that works really well for having like one hand with your glue and the right hand with your jewel picker. Which one actually just clings to the glue and lets go. This one has like gum. It's like poster gum, that blue stuff that you would put posters on your wall with. And you're supposed to like squeeze it out, but sometimes it doesn't stop coming out and it's really weird. I just don't like it that much. So if you can tell me down below or link me down below in the comments to your favorite jewel picker that works really well for you, I would appreciate it because I'm looking for one, but I don't want to buy one and have it not be very good. So this one I decided I did want a sentiment, but I'm going to kind of hide it in the sky. Partially because I think it looks really cool, and partially because I didn't want to have to cut any more paper or a banner or heat emboss something, because that's kind of a process for me. And so I decided to make it a spooky background sentiment, and I'm also hiding several ghosts in the sky, which is kind of fun. And on a couple of the headstones and right by the kids, which is super creepy. So I thought that looked kind of cool. And then I will add some white accents to things. I need to be a little less sloppy with these. I'm also trying really hard not to smear the ones I've already done with my hand, but I also need to move like left to right instead. So for the end of it, I am going to use some Nuvo glitter drops in Gold Coast, and put it on all of the stars. I also put it on the moon. I don't know if that's in the video, but I put it on the moon. And that will complete both of the cards. So thank you for watching Freestyle Friday, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.